Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we've got another episode of the podcast, Who TF Are You? Welcome to the channel, the one and only SpicyKat. It has been a while. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you for having me. I know I was one of the first ones you asked, and I keep ducking and hiding, but it's time. I'm here now.
It's about time. It's good to see you. Glad to have you around. I mean, you've been in the game a while. I've seen you now in the EC chats for, better part of a year. You know, consistently just creating good community. So I wanted to bring you on to have a chat, obviously to get to know you, but to introduce you to a wider variety and a wider range of the community, and kind of get your name out there a little bit. So I hope you appreciate that, because it's going to be fun. But before we dive in, why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself, just letting us know a little bit about who you are, where you come from, what do you like about the game, that kind of stuff.
All right, well, my name is Katie, or Kat. Most know me as SpicyKat. I've been playing for over 2 years now. It initially started to try to get rid of a Facebook ad, but due to a joke in poor taste, I got banned from Facebook instead, which kind of worked out better. But
we're gonna touch base on that in a second, so just keep going.
Yeah, 45-year-old disabled trans woman in New York, and I just spend a lot of time on the game. You know, I've made a lot of great community here, a lot of great people, such as yourself. You know, we've become good friends.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Well, it's nice to have you here. First off, 45. You live in New York. That's gonna be crazy. The United States anywhere right now is nuts.
Well, the funny thing is, every time I say New York, people automatically assume New York City, which, I mean, I never say New York City. New York City is its own entity.
Yeah, you're in the state of New York, right?
I got trees and cows up here.
You got cows up here, you said?
You got trees and cows.
Oh, nice. You're not having to deal with the cockroaches and city buses.
No, you still get that up here in the cities, too.
Don't we all? So, without getting political, let's go back to the game here, SpicyKat, because I know we can talk politics, and that's a different conversation for a different time. Let's touch in. You said you've been playing the game for over 2 years. What was it that brought you to the game originally? Like, why did you start playing?
Like I said, originally, it was to get rid of a Facebook ad. I thought maybe if I just finally gave in, the damn ad would go away.
And it didn't.
And it didn't.
Oh, no.
And I'm not sure why I kept playing. I was started in Region 212. I was with the Alliance WGP. They're now an Apex Alliance. I was with MSTG. They're growing again, making a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
But I met a lot of great people over there. It was a nice Russian region. And I was happy there. I was comfortable there with them.
Nice.
And, you know, I'm still good friends with quite a few there, including the president. And, yeah, so I kept playing. And then fast forward to when we got the helicopters brought into the game. I put up a joke post on Facebook saying I would sell a kidney. And I was also an influencer at the time, so I made the ad look as real as I could. Down to blood type and everything. And, well, Meta didn't take it so funny.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I can see that being the
They
case.
banned me from the whole platform, demonetized me, and got me for human exploitation.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Ah!
So,
I can't. Hold on a second. Hold on. We have to digest this a little bit. So let's just get this
yeah,
clear.
it happened.
So you got banned from Facebook for making a joke about selling your kidney for the helicopter update in a video game.
Yep.
Huh. And we want to know, and we want to talk about who is censoring who. The point is, it was a clever joke. I probably would have made the same thing. Maybe not to the same depth or degree. I'm not very artistic in that sense. That's why I have someone who does my thumbnails for me. Shout out to Pixel. Shout out to Pixel for making my thumbnails. But yeah, I totally understand that. I mean, it sounds to me like you played originally, as we most do, to either avoid an ad or because of an ad. And then you get stuck in because of the community, the people that you meet, and kind of the escape that you get from real life. Would you say that's a fair assessment?
Oh, that's definitely a fair assessment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, in your 2 years, what have you amassed for an account? How strong is your account now?
Well, like I said, my original account I still have with me. I still use it mostly for farming. I After I had left Region 2 and 2, I went to Region 31 with the Alliance, the Iron Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
They're now degenerates, degens.
Did you say the Aryan Brotherhood?
Iron.
Oh my God, my heart literally jumped into my throat.
Come
I
on,
thought
you
I
gotta be
th-
better than that.
Oh my God. No, but listen. I honestly thought you said the Aryan Brotherhood and I went, "Wait, hold on. This conversation's about to take a massive 180." Oh. Oh.
Yeah, that would have been some shit.
Woo! Okay, we're good. We're back to it. Iron Brotherhood. Gotcha.
Yes,
Gotcha.
so I was in Region 30. I went there, I left MSTG. I went there to take a break.
Yeah.
I wanted to spend some time growing my account and like playing with the Russians in 2 and 2.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They grow fast, they fight hard, and like I'm still proud to call a lot of them my friends and go visit them when I do.
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, with my budget at the time, I wasn't able to keep up. I was just a little T4 fighting T6, and this is before the whole game was flooded with T6, mind you.
Sure, sure.
So, like,
I mean,
here I am.
but let's hold on. I don't mean to interrupt, but we have to be fair. I mean, the game is now what, 4 years old. So like, even those who are like, free to play are getting to that stage where they are getting their tier 6 unlocked. So we are just seeing
We
the
are
game
now.
itself advance, right?
Yeah.
I have to, because there are a lot, like and I only say that because there's a lot of these smaller players that I've been working with who are just getting that tier 6 now, and they are so excited. And I do not want to devalue them because that work is freaking,
No,
you know
it's
what I mean?
insane.
Yeah.
It really is. And, like, I'm still pushing to get SpicyKat up to T6.
Yeah. Good.
I mean,
Good.
I do joke with my members, and I tell them, just stay T5 and get strong. You know, the resources at T6 is hell. But we joke about that, but yeah, I mean, I'm still pushing that account.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I ended up suiciding it because I wanted to quit at one point.
Yeah.
So I had like no troops left. And I think when I got done suiciding, I had like one squad left. So for like a year now, I've been retraining troops and trying to get it back up to par, but it's turned more or less into a farm.
So if you don't mind me asking, without getting too much into it, why did you want to quit? What happened?
Oh, I just got hella stressed out with being R5. It was my
Yeah.
first time being an R5 and president, dealing with all the shit on my own.
Mm.
It was just a lot. I mean, I had a really good teacher. He ended up quitting the game and selling, but his name was Bugler, and he took me under his wing, and he taught me a lot that I know about the game now.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't have been better prepared by anybody else, but it was just a lot going on at that time, and the stress, and I just wanted to get the hell off the game. Then, of course, I didn't. I wound up with more accounts.
Don't we all? I think the toughest thing that I've realized as being a tier 6 and a main responsibility within the alliance as a garrison main, it's expensive. It's expensive having to train troops consistently and having to, you're always consistently healing troops and you're always consistently. I mean, being R5 is a big responsibility, so I can definitely understand, where a lot of that stress comes from. Right.
Yeah, I was only at like 50 million might then, if that, I think.
Yeah.
I was still little. I was still green. Like, yeah, it was a lot to do. And so I just I dropped it on one of my R4s and I just up and bounced out the region. I went to some newer region and I suicided my account on a Russian.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically,
Just
later that night, they were like, "If you want to join, we'll help you rebuild your account." Like, I like your attitude, but
your attitude of just getting there and fighting anybody. Yeah, I can appreciate
yeah,
that. I can appreciate
they're
that.
like, "Yeah, you really just came and did nothing, but I like that attitude. I was like, I appreciate the invite, but as you could tell, I'm going through some shit right now. I'm gonna take a break.
Yeah, I don't need the white cloth, but I appreciate the handout. You know what I mean? But I mean, you made a good point though. Like, it's not even just having multiple accounts. Like, I find out multiple accounts though. Like, two of them, you know, I've got two additional accounts outside of my main one, and I'm thinking of starting a third just to farm for resources because, you know, every event I'll spend, you know, 4 billion resources across all four.
I know, it's insane.
Just doing, you know, just playing in one event, and they're back to back. So it's like you have to prep 2 billion resources ahead of, you know, events. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up. I mean, I got a lot of good Alliance members. I mean, they go out there, they really try to be as much of a pain in the ass on the field as they can. We live up to the name. But they're also really good about working as a team. And if one of your teammates needs resources and they can help, they do. Like, I'm really happy with how we're doing.
So,
Like,
so you're in a. I mean, you guys are in a newer region. You're in 697, right?
yeah.
So, was that? I mean, that's not in budding. That's still outside of the budding region, right?
No, we just left budding. Well, the region did because my academy was just doing budding.
Yeah.
But I think we're at about 200 days now.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah, there's like 800 regions or something stupid. It's kind of crazy.
I think there's almost 900 now.
Oh my god. And we wonder why things are laggy and why the connectivity issues are happening.
Yeah,
why
got
the
everything
updates
spread
don't
too
do it.
thin and it's destroying the game.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't disagree with that. I mean, we've had lots of conversations about IGG and the way that they're progressing their, you know, their company and their game and things like that. So it's good to have you on. You kind of are at the right time because we just had a couple of big updates that came through. So I wanted to kind of get your opinion on them, kind of get the breakdown of the community's opinion on them, and to kind of see how people are now, especially since we've had an event with them, dealing with the healing limits and things like that. So what's your take on what they've been doing?
All right, so pick part one. We'll go with beasts. I actually really like beasts, even though I am probably the worst player with them. One of my R4s, she yells at me every time because I swear it's like clockwork with me.
Mm-hmm.
And why can't I think of the event name? It's not Wasteland that we're in right now, but it's the other beast event.
The one where you have to pick a beast for every spot?
Yes.
I can never remember that name event, and I've looked it up like 3 times. I will never remember what the hell that event
I can never remember it. But ironically enough, that event is always the event where I happen to recycle almost all of my beasts so that I can focus all of my shit into another beast. Like I said,
Hold
I'm
on.
the worst person.
Timeout.
Yes.
Timeout.
Yes.
Timeout.
I am the worst person with beasts.
Hold on. Shut up a second. Hold on. I need to digest this. So you mean to tell me it's just I don't mean to be rude, but I just need a second. You're catching me off guard here with a lot of stuff, information just flooding. So I just need a second. You mean to tell me you release your beasts? You don't keep copies of your beasts?
No, I destroy the fuckers and reuse all the shit.
Oh God, cat.
I know. Hey, I have never said I was a good player.
That's troublesome. I mean, I do have spots open for my class. If you ever need to come to, Hi Guys class, Schools in Session always has spots.
I did watch yours with Chels.
That was a fun one, man. Shells was good. I'll tell you.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
She kind of didn't. I mean, how do I say this without sounding like a total dickhead? I thought she was going to be far more like commanding than she ended up being.
No, she's one of the easiest people to talk to in the community.
That's what I'm saying. She was just so like lax and like cool and chill. But like every time I see her in chat, she just like dominates the chat. So I figured, and maybe dominates the wrong word, and maybe I'm using the wrong words.
She has an energy.
Yeah, it's like in the chats, she's so like not demanding, but like not controlling. I think you get what I'm coming
Commanding?
with. Commanding. I don't know. Yeah, she commands the chat. Like she's just such a big part of it. And so
Yeah.
I figured like in a vocal chat she would be the same. But no, she like accepted my energy, was on the same level. It was a really good conversation, and
Yeah.
I really hope she enjoyed it. I know that she found some work with it because about a week later, after Pompeii, I think it was, or something like that, she sent me a message and said she was excited with the changes. So I'm good. I'm glad things are moving well for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, anytime you want to come in and get some tips and tricks on how to do it better, so you're not demolishing your beasts.
Yeah, I'm that clown. But like I see shiny, and then I have to kill the other things to make the shiny nice.
So
That's what happened. Like I
listen,
was trying to get that stupid Kieran horse.
yeah,
I finally got it, so I destroyed all of my beasts and I put everything into it.
sure, and
Like,
I can appreciate that to a certain degree, to an absolute certain degree, and I'll give you where that degree starts.
hold on. Then I did it with the jellyfish.
Yeah. No, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. But let me tell you where the limit lies. Because I do the same thing. In fact, I just did. I had an awakened, a fully transcended, a fully potentialed, a fully pristine life, crystal pangolin. Right?
Yeah.
So I had the elite that was fully done up. All of its pristine life, all of its potential, all of its everything. And it was like maxed out at like 3 million with chips. And I just got my hammer pangolin to a copy level 7. Just about level 8. So 7.5. Which means that it's doing just above the damage of the elite. Right? For the most part, it's doing just above the damage. Its other skills are a little bit weaker. But I went and got a copy of the crystal pangolin specifically so that I could release the big one to get all of my shit back. Right? All my pristine life and all my experience and everything back so that I could dump that into my hammer pangolin. Now my hammer pangolin is above, it's like 3.5 million with chips. So I get it. I understand the grind. But there is a limit. I needed a copy first. You know what I mean? Like I want that copy first. Because that extra
like,
points.
I understand what you're saying, and you're not wrong at all. Like I know that I play terribly, and I'm oddly okay with it. But like Wasteland is one of the events that I actually do waste money on.
Yeah.
That is my Wasteland.
Yeah.
So like I know that I'm catching a lot of frags. I'm gonna get more beasts back by the end of that event.
Sure.
And, like I try to justify it, even though I know I'm doing a lot of dumb shit.
Look, everyone has their own play style, and I think that's the best part about this game. Because I've seen some players do some really crazy things and still come out like still having. As long as you're having fun, I can't really, I can't fault you. Everything I'm focused on is about efficiency, and as long as you can agree, look, I'm not efficient, but I'm having fun. Oh, then do your thing. Do your thing, girl. You know what I mean?
I play with my friends. We got this alliance in 697 just to be a pain in the ass in events. I mean, that's why I named it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the alliance is a pain in my ass, but
yep, they always are. They always are. That's kind of funny, but it does bring up another question, which I've always wanted to know. I mean, you're in an account now that's 172.
Yes.
So we're kind of right around the same might, and we've been speaking about it a little bit. I wanted to know, do you still fight with 5 marches in the field?
3 to 5.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'll run out with 5.
And you run infantry with riders, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your top infantry line then?
My infantry sucks. Honestly, my account is just a gold turd. Fucking. It looks great. Take off the paint, though, it's still shit.
It's not unicorn turd? It's not like rainbow stuff?
No, there's not even any glitter.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, yeah. I have, 17 legendary heroes unlocked. But my problem is I don't really have shit for arms. So it's like I got all these great heroes.
Yeah.
But I don't have the arms to power them.
We might actually have to schedule a schools in session and take a look at what you're doing so we can actually get you some advice. Because I've got some pretty banger tips when it comes to armaments and stuff like that. So we
All
might be
right,
able to
maybe
help
we
you
will. Maybe I'll let you diddle my account a bit.
out. It's I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun. People have been enjoying it, and I think it's been really helpful. The community itself has been screaming for some kind of thing like that, and like people have been coming to me to ask them to do their accounts anyways. And they're like, I'll share my information and passwords. I'm like, no, dude, I don't want that responsibility. I don't want to have the responsibility of having to save your password and information too. No,
Well,
thank you.
like I said, I watched the one with Chelsea yesterday,
Yeah.
and I hate to have to admit, 2 years of playing, and I have never set up my quick launches for squads. I
Yeah.
mean, I have one for my mass launch,
Yeah.
but I've never set up individual squads until I watched Chelsea's video yesterday.
It's for farming specifically, I find it really helpful.
I did it for farming and for field,
Yeah,
so I could just launch squads quicker if I don't want to do all five.
exactly. It allows you to be more strategic. I think it allows you to kind of just have a better structure, a hand set up on. It's about, for me, it's about being efficient. Everything I do is about being efficient. That's why I'm always like, my advice tailors specifically to how much a person spends. The more that you spend, the more options you have, which means the more things that we can talk about. The less that you spend, the more hyper focused you need to be able to address kind of that difference in might, the discrepancies in might.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
spend
saying?
entirely too much, and it doesn't work in my favor.
Well, even spending. I mean, there's a couple of interesting instances where spending is kind of important, um, and like, and there's a lot of value you can get from certain packs depending on which ones you get. So I guess it really kind of depends on.
I think the most important pack is for beginners. That the growth fund.
Oh, for sure. Hi, cat. My kids just got cats. We're gonna take a short break here. My kids just got cats, like I don't know, a couple months ago, because we needed cats around the house because we live out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, so we need mousers and stuff like that. So we got these kittens.
Beauty. I
Yeah.
want
So
that one.
so now we have these kittens, and well, you'll notice if you look on its arm is a little defunct. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have a dog, and our dog is a herding dog, and so when they were kittens, he like tried to rip one of their arms off. And so now we've just been like, she's been, we keeping it clean and stuff like that. And she's healed up on it now, but she's got this wicked scar. Her name is Goose, and she's a crazy little shit.
She's adorable.
Here's the thing, cat. I'm not a cat person. I'm a dog person. I love my dogs, and I think cats. See, look at that asshole. See what I'm saying? Butts. That's what it is. I always get butts in my face. They come up, they say hi, and they immediately put their butt in my face. Dogs don't do that. Stupid cats. But see, here's the thing. I've never been a cat guy, and it's these three that I'm kind of okay with, except for the cat butts. I don't think I'll ever be okay with cat butts.
Yeah, I've had to teach my cat that there is no ass in my face.
I've tried. I just take him and chuck him across the room, but no, I'm just kidding. I don't. Don't clip that.
My cat turned 4 today. She's actually really smart,
Nice.
and I'm really happy with her.
Nice. See, yeah, I'm not a cat person. I've never been a cat person. I much prefer my dogs. I think my dogs, I think dogs are far superior to cats. But these three, I'm adjusting. I'm learning to deal with them. I'm moving a little bit, right? They're moving the needle a little bit. Isn't that right, Goose? You got a lot of work to do.
No, here's the funny fact. You gave a shout out for Pixel this morning, or earlier. My cat's name is Pixel.
Oh, yeah?
And of course, I have a terrible memory, so I saved Pixel's birthday in my phone. And me being me, I messaged Pixel to say happy birthday. And she's like, well, it's not my birthday. I was like, well, it is now. Then I had to admit, I was like, I got you confused with my cat.
That's kind of nice. You named your cat after someone you knew. That's cool.
Actually, I named my cat Pixel before I knew Pixel, but
I don't believe that. That's not the canon that I'm
okay.
going to go with. Okay, I'm going to go
Okay,
with the
we'll
canon
go.
that we've created.
I love my Pixel cookie, but
That's right. We're going to go with the canon that we've created. That's what. All right, so back to the game. 172 mil, a rider main or an infantry main with rider backs. You don't like your armaments. What is your strongest set? What is it though? You have to tell me.
I have to tell you,
Yeah, just be nice.
3.8.
That's not bad. That's not bad at
Not
all.
great.
Listen. My advice has always been get your sets to at least 3.5 before you start working on other ones. So if you have 3.8, that's totally fine.
Well, that's what I've been doing. I got 3.8 on Miyamoto, and now I'm working on a set for a do, and I'm also working on arms for Claude.
You know what I always find so funny? The way people pronounce the names in game because they don't really have a way to tell what the actual name is. So
I just pretend her name's French, so the T is silent.
yeah, adieu. That's so funny. I've had people say adieu. Well, now has said adieu. I've had people say adoot. I've had people say addit. I've had
You
people
say
say
Dut?
I say adut. Right? You know, and even Miyamoto, right? I have people say Miyamoto.
Yeah, Miyamoto.
I say Miyamoto. Right? So like the fact that you look at Raigoro,
I
Ragoro.
call him Ragu.
Yeah, we've got Ragu. You know, it's I find it so hilarious. It's just hilarious to me how people come up with some of the same names and some of the way different pronunciations of heroes. Except for like the white ones. The white ones we're okay with. Claude. That's the same. It's not going to be Claude. It's not going to be Claude or anything like that. Marco.
Bianca.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be something messed up. You know, it's not going to be Marco. Isn't going to be Marco or something like that. You know what I mean? It's pretty blatant.
Marco.
Yeah, Marco. Eri.
Zira.
Yeah, Raigoro. You know what I mean? Like it's just when it comes to the other names, us white guys are super racist and spend a lot of time mispronouncing it. I think it's fun. Anyways, so you got a 3.8 Miyamoto. You got what's your adut? You said.
She's only at 2.7 right now.
Okay, so you're working on her, and you said you're working on a leader set for Claude, right?
Yeah, I use Claude and I use Bianca.
Do you lead with both of them?
Huh?
Do you lead with both of them, or you use them in the same march?
I use them in the same.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I don't lead with them because their arms just ain't worthy.
Yeah.
You know, like I'd like to get Claude's arms up because I mean he is definitely geared for leading in the field.
Yeah, especially if you're a multi-march fighter, Claude is amazing. But I think you've kind of subsequently hit on the head on a couple of things when you talked about leader armors being hard to get, because now it's an extra set that you're only doing specifically for Claude to fight in the field with. And unfortunately, there's like having to invest in him means that you're not investing in the things that you should be investing in that are directly related to your focus.
Yes, and this is where my problem with spending comes into play because I see shiny for everything, and if I got money, it gets spent.
I'm in the same boat, but I do try to keep it specific for a couple of things. I really like to make sure that I have a couple of things.
I've been trying to be better and just focus on my infantry because I mean that's my main.
Yeah,
and I have gotten better, but I am definitely a shiny addict.
So this is the benefit I've realized here. I've come to a conclusion actually just now that there's a benefit to what I've just had happen. So as people know, the account that I'm currently in control of, the 182 million account that I have now, is not my original account. That one was gifted to me by a player who quit. Right? And he did a really good job at hyper-focusing infantry, the same way that I would have had I started originally. So he did really good at that kind of stuff. On my main account that I started, which is at like it's like 162 million right now, it's definitely a shiny keep. Like I have every hero collected. I don't need every hero collected, but I have every hero collected. You know what I mean? Like I have one of everything, right? It's definitely a collector's in a collector's account. So just like you said, you like shiny, I like shiny on that account too.
like I said, I've got like 17, I think, legendary heroes awakened. Don't got the arms for it. I make a mess of my beasts, and we haven't even talked about the vehicle yet.
Mm.
I wish I could just reset that clusterfuck.
Well, the vehicle I've come to terms with is not actually as bad to kind of keep things, balanced a fair amount. So like it's really kind of hard to screw up your vehicles. Even if you hyper focused and put everything into like one, because I know some people who have like a level 17 attack and level 3 defense.
Yeah.
And like level 2, like tier 2, everything else. So it's really hard to kind of screw up your vehicles very badly.
I don't know. I'll send you a screenshot of my vehicle on Discord, and you'll probably sing a different tune.
It can't be as bad. What I'm trying to say is it can't be as bad as you think it's going to be. That's got to be the good advice that we're going to take away from this cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's got to be... It's not going to be as bad as you think.
This is why I've been giggling that you wanted me to come on here, because, like, I am probably the worst player. I have fun, and I'm social, and my alliance is coming along pretty well. I mean,
that's...
I'm not the greatest leader,
yeah,
but we have fun.
And that's all that matters. I mean, the reason why I do this interview is not to get the most talented people or the biggest accounts or the strongest accounts. In fact, I've talked to some of the smallest accounts. I give credence to even the smallest player, because at the end of the day, this entire chat is just about the community. It's about the strength of the people that actually play. It's basically about, my whole concept of this entire chat was to effectively put a face to a person, because I believe wholeheartedly that people think the game is still like it's not a real game with people, and they devalue the people that they're playing with or that they're playing against because they see them less as people. They see them more as just a game, more as part of the game, right? More as NPCs, if you will. And so this entire chat has always just been about getting people to know and realize that it's real people that we're playing with, real people that we're dealing with. These are real people that live real lives, that have real problems. All of that stuff is a sign of the strength of the community. So it doesn't matter if you feel like you're the best or the worst. The point is, you're a key member. You're exactly. You're a key member. I mean, people know who you are. You spend a lot of times in chat, even, creating the community that we want to strive for. I've seen you defending the small players. I've seen you defending the righteous. So that's like, there's a reason to get your name out there, and there's a reason to introduce you in a bit of a different light to the community, so that they can get a deeper understanding on who you are, besides just the 2-second clips they get in EC chat.
Okay, I got you.
Right. So let me dive back into the game here a little bit, Kat. I mean, in your 2 years here, we're about a half an hour in, so I mean, like, the time has just been flying already. But I do want to dive back in here because I want to ask you a couple quick questions about not only the changes to the game, but like, what are some of the things that kind of keep you going in the game? What are some of the things that keep you logging back in every day?
Honestly, with all the money grabbing and shit that IGG has been doing, I've watched it over the last 2 years. When I started 2 years ago, you used to be able to get things like name banners for like $10 or whatever. Or like, we still got the cheaper shelters, which is great, but it's the people.
Mm-hmm.
I've made so many good friends on there. I keep in touch with a lot of them on Discord now as well, as you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's like, when I signed up for this game 2 years ago, it was to get rid of an ad, and I didn't expect to make the friends and community that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a weird trans girl. And somehow, I don't know, I seem to thrive here. And it is not at all what I expected. Mm-hmm. It's a very pleasant outcome. I mean, yeah, we got our dickheads. They're never going to go away. But for the most part, we have a really wonderful community on Dooms that I haven't really seen in any other games.
Well, I'm hoping that they don't go away, Kat, because that would get rid of content. I like my garbage day segment. Thank you very much. And so I need there to be garbage players. Don't get me wrong. I would much prefer if they weren't. If I never had to do another garbage day segment, that would be great. But But while I can, you know what I mean? It's fun. It's fun to dive into some of those players who just like to take off the hood. And I think it's fine. I think it's really great. You know, that's half the reason why we do this chat is because, like I said, I want people to understand that these are real people we're talking with. And those are the
There's
type of
definitely
people,
some real people.
right? And those people are the types of people who don't realize that they're talking to real people. They don't realize this is like real life. This is like, there's real life consequences to this stuff. I don't mean to bring this up because I'm still at an impasse, but I've got a situation that's come across my desk that I've been looking at where an individual, regardless of how you want to say it or not, took something that wasn't his and then ran away and then tried to justify it. Like, so regardless of how you look at it, it's kind of shady actions, kind of, you know,
I mean,
a little bit kind of
to me, if you
cheeky.
take something and run, it's stealing.
That's what I would call it. But again, I don't like the problem is that it's, how do I put this? It can be seen as both ways, right? I can see it from his perspective or their perspective, pardon me. But in the same breath, without going too deep, it's like there's parts of the community that says those types of players need to be called out. However, it's like, when do you call them out versus when do you kind of just take a step back? Like, when is it not that big of a deal in comparison? Do you know what I mean?
It's hard to say because everything is situational.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know this
totally.
person. I don't know this person or their situation. I don't know the story. But I mean, you just say, take what's not yours and then run and then try to justify it. That just says theft to me.
So maybe I'm being biased though, and this can be the thing, Kat. Maybe I am being
But
biased.
I'm just saying, those three little phrases with no context.
Exactly.
Sounds like theft.
So maybe I'm being biased in the sense that it took something that it wasn't his, right? So
Right.
I can't really go into the details. We'll talk after the pod. But the truth is, it's a situation that says it can be seen from both sides.
Okay, and that happens.
And I see it from both sides, and I can disagree with his actions one way or the other, or I can disagree with their actions one way or the other. But like, I also have a responsibility, and I think everybody has a responsibility because we are real people. So if we behave, you know, improperly in chat, or we treat people like shit, or we're racist, or we're bigoted, or we're ignorant, like, I think it's on us, you know, those of us with a platform, to kind of bring notification of those people to say, hey, look, this is who they are. Don't play with them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's a part of it, but I also don't want to use it to ruin some random kid's life. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like a situation you'd really have to look into and wait.
It's
I
so
don't
messy,
know.
bro. It's so messy, man. It's so messy. We'll come to a term on a discussion. I've still got a lot of people to talk to about it anyway. So, but either way, so in that conversation, obviously the community is a big thing. What about the community itself keeps you coming back? Like, why is it? Because I can assume wholeheartedly with the people that I've met specifically, and I don't mean to get personal, but especially as a trans individual, meeting some of the people that I've met in chat, I mean, it can't be easy.
No, and like for the first few months that I played, I wasn't active in the ECs and shit. Honestly, I didn't know what the hell they were. I just stuck with my region because I was doing buffs in the region, and I talk in my alliance chat and my region chat. You know, everybody knows I'm pretty chatty.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. When I finally just said fuck it, and I started using ECs, and I put myself out there, I didn't expect shit to go the way that it did. I mean, I did deal with a lot of bigots initially, and for like the first several months that I was in EC, I was constantly fucking fighting the trolls.
Mm-hmm.
And the EC, even as toxic as it gets nowadays, sometimes is still nothing compared to what it was 2 years ago. Like, it's fucking Candyland now. Pardon my language. I swear a lot. But
it's fine.
But no. But then I met people like, I'll use Mona as an example. Mona has been one of my closest friends on the game, and she's been through a lot with me. You know, it's not just on the game. We're friends outside of the game now.
Mm-hmm.
And like if I'm going through something personal, whatever, like I've developed friendships, people that I can talk to, I can confide in. You know, like if I'm having a moment where I need somebody, like I don't have much of that in my real life anymore since I began my transition. A lot of people basically just showed me their true colors, and I cleaned out my life. I mean, you come out the closet, you clean everything out with you, and that's what I did. I threw all the fucking trash out.
I guess
So
that's something that a lot of people don't really think about. Cleaning of the closet, or coming out of the closet, pardon me, is not just, walking out of it. A lot of it is also clearing out,
the mess that's in there with you.
Yeah, exactly. And I can appreciate that. I mean, my son is trans, so, and it's a conversation that we've, that we're obviously having now. He's 12 now, so we're kind of at that, fragile stage.
Yeah.
But he's he's taking things head on, and we're taking things kind of a day at a time. And I have to admit, your story makes me feel a little bit better for him in the future, and I have to admit it's true. I have seen society move quite progressive in this type of ideology recently, especially over the last decade. Like, if we look at human rights in regards to trans people, in regards to gay people, in regards to the LGBTQ community, yeah, there are outliers, but like society as a whole has really started to kind of come to their defense, if you will. At least from what I've seen, here in Canada, in my community, in my area, like I live in a small town, and I anticipated him having so many problems, but he's got, I think, maybe one bully that we kind of deal with, that we know about, and the rest are like all pretty good with him. The kids themselves kind of understand gender better than we do. Like it's a totally different game, especially with the younger kids.
Well, you also got to take into consideration is kids growing up nowadays have what a lot of us didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They have the internet. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm 45.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the tools to find out what was going on with me like people do nowadays.
That's
you
true.
got these smartphones in people's pockets now that are better than half people's laptops. Like they can just ask their phone a question and bam, they got answers. Why do I feel this way? Boom, let me pull up 10,000 answers for you.
But let's be honest though, it wasn't even that, because even when I'm only 38, and I grew up, like I was in high school.
Information makes a big difference.
100%. Let's not get that clarified. But to assume, I mean, I grew up we still had computers in high school, right? We had computer systems, and I mean, I remember computers in grade school. Yeah, it wasn't ones you were surfing the internet with, but that one didn't come until grade 7, grade 8 type thing. But I look at the kids now as the bullying that happens to my kids is far less physical and far less like about your physical traits. Do you know what I mean? Like it's far less about that. And it's far more mental. It's more like your inability to do something, not in your physical capabilities, which I think it's a totally progressive way for bullying to go. And it's a weird thing for me to say, like, congratulations, bullying. You've moved a little bit. You've grown a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's funny. I find it lucrative and funny. I find it just it's hilarious, especially for kids, because I anticipated him to have problems, but he still plays baseball on the boys team, and they all have nobody has a problem with him in school.
It's not the kids
nobody
that
has
really
a
have
problem
a
with him.
problem with it. It's the adults.
That is true. I mean, we have had like my grandfather, for example, up until his dying day, had issues with my son's gender. And I can appreciate, the old guy for being old, but there's a part of him that's always said, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he raised, I guess not unfortunately, it's fortunate that he raised the kids that he did, because they raised the kids that they did, and we're raising the kids that we are,
Yep.
Welcome to
I got a couple
generations.
myself.
You have kids yourself? How many?
Well, I have two. I've been helping raise children for over 30 years.
Yep.
And I have two that I call my own. They call me Mama Katie. They adopted me. I didn't adopt them.
That's
But
always good.
I was living with a friend of mine for 4 years, and I was helping her with the kids.
Yeah.
So I've become their other parent.
Just kind of by proxy.
By proxy, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to them, I'm the only other parent that they know.
Yeah.
And I'm Mama Katie.
That's nice.
But they're 6 and 10, and I've been helping with them, raising them for about 5 years now.
That's nice.
Yeah, so they
That's
were
great.
little.
I've got 3 of my own. The oldest is 13, and she's a freaking handful. They start to get that way. I know, right? They call themselves teenagers. They can't wait to lose that or to earn that teenage status. You know what I mean? I'm a teenager now. Then they can get the adult status. Nobody wants that one. No, the impending doom. Listen, I just turned 39 this year, so I have the impending 40s coming.
I just hit 45, and I don't know where the hell the time went.
Out the window. Don't you know? That's just that happens. It just goes away. So without getting too far deep, what do you think happens when you die? I'm just kidding.
I have a belief that we're all energy. Energy can't be destroyed. It could just transfer to another form.
Yeah.
I don't know about afterlife or reincarnation or any of that, but I don't think it's not possible. We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't put a lot of stock in religion myself, but I'll respect somebody else's views as long as it's not pushed on me. Yeah, everybody's got to have faith in something. But I don't know. For all I know, my energy could just be thrown back into the ground into a tree.
So you've actually, Kat, hit on. I don't want to all of a sudden take another 2 hours because we could easily go into a whole philosophical debate. Because
let's do it. We'll have a long one.
The truth is, Kat, you've hit on exactly what I believe happens too. Except I've thought about it a little bit more in depth because my ADHD brain won't let me not. So just like you said, energy is not created nor destroyed, only changed, right? So my whole thought process, my whole thought belief is that if you look, and this is something that kind of goes a little bit deeper, if you look at the universe, right? We talk about, is there life in the universe and things like that. Well, quantum mechanics will tell us that if something is not being observed, technically it doesn't change. Like, things change because we observe them.
Yep.
Which means that if there was no life in this universe, this abundant universe, nothing in this universe would technically exist or change. So in my opinion, because the universe is so vast, life needs to be abundant to visualize the change that is happening in the universe. Otherwise, it's literally insignificant.
Yep.
So when I look at that, I'm like, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, and we see energy everywhere. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to have the same energy running your life. Maybe in your next quote-unquote life, your energy is being expelled from a black hole in the form of X-rays or something like that. Because there's a balance in the life. So when you die, my thought process is that your energy goes back to what I would consider the source of all energy, right? Because energy can't be created or destroyed. It just is.
Right.
And then from there, whether you go back, whether your energy or part of your energy goes into a life form or an animal or a plant or some star or wherever it is, you see what I'm saying? Like, that energy can be shared.
It's just moving on to something else.
Right. And because you go back to a collective source, right? If you come back to a life being like a human, which again is possible, that's the reason why you'll have people who have experiences from past lives. You have, relationships to past lives. Because part of their energy that was in that source is now in this source. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
This is where I kind of believe in like a gray area. That's why I say I don't not believe, but I don't believe because like when my wife passed away a few years ago,
hmm
I got my cat right after it happened.
hmm
Like I saw a picture of her, I knew I had to have her, and the moment that she was brought to my house by my roommate, she came barrel assing right to me. Like there was no question about it, and the way that she is been with me the whole time I have had her makes me question whether or not my wife's energy could be.
sure,
Like
100%.
she was a crazy cat lady. Anything's possible.
Well, I, I,
But
I can give you my own personal experience and tell you that I believe that that type of thing is true because my grandmother died, and on the night that she died, my dog had puppies. She had a litter of 13 puppies. 12 of them were boys. One was a girl. So we named her after my grandmother, and sure as shit, she has the same energy as like she brings that same loving
yeah,
energy that my
it's the way
grandmother
my
had,
cat is.
right? The same thing. So it and again, this could just be looking for, things, maybe making false connections in our brain. 100%. I'm not saying anything with 100% certainty, but it just seems to me that with all the science that we know, right? Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only changed. There is nothing within the science that says that it's not true or not possible. Because
Right.
we still don't know what energy creates consciousness.
Yeah, we don't know anything. I mean, people trust books written thousands of years ago, and nobody really knows what is what.
Yeah,
That's why, like, I'll respect everyone's belief. Everyone's entitled to their faith.
yeah.
But
As
yeah, I
long
think we're
as
just
long as
energy.
as long as your faith doesn't dictate my life.
Exactly.
Yeah. I 100% agree. 100%. I don't care if what you want to believe. I have my own beliefs, right? I have my own belief structure. I'll gladly talk about it and I'll debate it if you want. I just don't want to be dictated by someone's belief structure. That just to me doesn't seem fair.
Right. And this is where we'll tread into politics, but I'm not going to today.
This is how we would normally tread into politics. It's true.
Yeah.
But we're gonna dive back here because truth is we have been going for a while here, and
Okay, well, you wanted me here. I'm here, so
yeah,
we're talking.
don't get me wrong. This is a lot of fun. I love the segues. I love the back and forth. This is what ADHD does, right? Unfortunately, it's hard to keep ADHD on track, so I have to focus it back just a little bit. I have to pull the reins. Otherwise, we will go for a couple of hours, right? And this isn't a Friday night with a warm bourbon. But
No, we tried that and we still didn't pull it off.
Well, we have to. I think in the late night one, I still want to do. I want to start doing like even like a monthly segment where it's like a late night kind of just a shit talk. You know what I mean? Because it's fun.
Yeah. I definitely want to try and get that done in my server.
Yeah. We can plan at any time. Like I said, I'm around pretty much every Friday, so it's not really a big deal. But either way, I do want to ask you a couple quick questions before we wrap up here.
All right.
Because I do want to kind of bring it back to the game here without getting too, bring it back from the philosophical side of things. So I do want to ask you what you think IGG should be doing, like with what they've done recently, with the changes that they've made to healing, with the you can say money, what is it, cha-ching in the eyes, right? Their focus on wealth. What is it about IGG that they could do differently to give this game longevity?
I think one of the things that they really need to do is scale back on the money grabs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand that they're a business. They need to make their money. They got developers to pay, servers to run. They got their own costs.
Sure.
This isn't their only game. So, I mean, they got an overhead that they got to meet, and yada, yada, yada. And it all makes sense. The prices are outrageous, though. I mean, $600 for a March skin is fucking crazy.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. It's crazy.
I'm one of the clowns that did it. I had to get the Captain Meow one. Cat had to have her cat.
Makes sense.
But then they released the unicorn one at the same damn time. Like, had I had a chance to prepare better, I would have said, fuck the cat. I would have got the goddamn unicorn. But there's no way I could have spent $1,200 on both.
Yeah, no shit. They don't. They really don't make. And it blows my mind to say, look, look at their business. They have to make money and blah blah blah. And I get it. That's bullshit. Look, I get it. But let's
to a degree.
hold on. Let's understand one thing, okay? Rockstar Games and a lot of these other companies survived a long time off simply selling the game for $65, and that was the full game. Okay? And
I remember.
They survived on that shit. To assume, oh, hi Goose. So to assume now that they need to charge $600 for a skin just to cover their overheads and shit, it's bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely
bullshit.
Fucking insane.
Cat butt. That's what it is. It's cat butt. Okay? So like, I look at it and I say, yes, I get it. They're a business. They have to make money. But this is ridiculous. This is fleecing their player base.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they have nutheads who will spend it. And I never understood how you could comfortably spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on the game.
The whales are realistically the problem because they keep just handing that money over. IGG is able to keep them prices on the rest of us.
It's true. It's true. And I've said this before. The only way we're ever going to enact change is if those guys come together and say, we have to stop paying. Because the rest of us saying we're not going to pay. Yeah.
How many whales have quit, sold their accounts, etc.? I mean, some of the bigger spenders have walked away, or it hasn't made no difference. It's not going to at this point.
Well, I think it's because they sell their accounts to other whales. So the problem is not about it's not about that. It's about getting the whales to work together to realize that we have a moment that we could enact change if we had their help. But a lot of them just don't care. It's just a game to them. They come in, they spend their money to play. They're at the top. It doesn't matter about the rest of us.
Yeah, and that's what it is.
And with the amount of work it is, I don't blame them. You know what I mean? Like with the amount of work it goes into it, I don't blame them. But
now, as for healing,
can you imagine though? Hold on. Can you imagine the amount of change that we get if we could get everybody to stop paying for one day, just for one day?
Even I have a problem not spending, and I'm poor as shit.
Me too. I feel you. I have to convince my wife every week that I need to spend more, and she keeps giving me that look.
Yeah. Yeah, I was discussing this morning, like, I really need to stop spending. And like, the only way I'll stop spending is if I quit.
I really need to stop spending as my finger is buying more gold.
Yeah, as I'm waiting for more gold later.
Yeah.
But
Jesus.
But
welcome to IGG Strategy. They sure know what they're doing.
No, they do. They play on feelings too. I mean, it's smart marketing. You keep people pissed off, and they're going to shop emotionally.
Well,
so
not only that, but you give them you treat them like shit, but then give them a good update, and they'll forget about the shit. Like they took away our buffs, our healing
but
shit.
But they gave us
huge.
Garrison finally.
No. I'm not even talking about those ones. I mean, that's good, sure, but I'm looking more at like the Godzilla versus Kong package, the event that they got going on right now.
Yeah,
is an amazing event. The skin looks awesome, right? I've already sunk a little bit of money on it too. The March skin looks awesome. The Shelter skin looks awesome. Godzilla looks awesome. The stats are looking good.
The Shelter and the March skin do look awesome, but I am disappointed that they had to be so fucking lazy
and make
that they're charging $2,000 for the goddamn Shelter. The Shelter's like $2,000, and they use the same exact image as the fucking March skin. You're going to charge $2,000, at least change it up.
It's not $2,000.
Yeah, it's like $2,000. Most of the people that I talked to have spent between $15,000 and $2,000 on it.
Most people I've spoken to have spent between $6,000 and $1,000.
Yeah. And I talked to some people with some really shitty luck.
I guess so. I anticipated the average was between about $1,000 to $1,600. I'm like, if you're spending over $2,000, you're getting really bad luck. I anticipated about $1,000.
Well, I'm not going to name drop, but I was talking to one friend, and he had already dropped over 1,500 and still hadn't gotten it at that
Yeah.
point.
But I think a lot of it also has to, like, you're going to end up also spending a shit ton more the sooner that you want it, right?
Yeah, of
And I
course.
think this becomes the biggest thing. So, like, this is a 2-month event. And so I've been crunching some numbers myself, right? So it's a 2-month event. If you spend only the $35 a week on the weekly packs that give you 50% more spins, right? By the end of it, you'll already have the majority of points, because I think every week you end up getting like 60 spins or 50 spins. So
Something
that's
like that,
over
yeah.
400 spins, plus the ones that you get from the events coming back. So it's like 600 spins, which is enough to get
Which would be
Kong.
Kong.
Right? So that's enough to get Kong just for the basic stuff, and then hopefully get the skin in the process, right? Hopefully get the shelter skin in the process. And then that gives you all of the benefits. You can spend all of your, you can whale out in the last week, for example, if you're still going for the skin if you haven't made it. But doing that, you can get the skin for $400, $500.
I gotta say though, with this Godzilla event, I am really impressed with the rewards.
Yep.
For
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
Like being able to get like the frags for the turret, the
device
radar,
frags, and armament frags.
Yeah.
Superbs. Absolutely. It makes, this is exactly what I'm saying though. They smack us in the face with a heal change that nobody likes.
Nobody.
And then immediately respond with an amazing event that people now forget about.
Yep.
And I go, that right there is what Trump tried to do when it comes to the Epstein files.
Here we go.
I didn't mean to do it, but there was a contact. I had to make the joke. Anyways, let's move on. So,
Yeah.
so
healing.
So healing. No. We all know everyone's opinion on the heal buffs. It's absolutely atrocious that they took it away. They need to dismantle it entirely, and prevent the restriction at all. They haven't yet, and that's really, really sad for me. I'm
glad they went from 100 to 500, but I mean, restricting on the healing was really stupid.
Yeah, but even at 500, that's only 1.2. That's only, for me, that's only 1.35 million troops.
I know, and for me, that's not all that great either, even with my low troop count.
Right, so it's like, and I've got a billion resources set up. I'm ready to heal my hospital 3 or 4 times. You see what I'm saying? So like it's going to be impossible to do that now with only 500 heals, and that bothers me. That bothers me.
See, I didn't have to do a whole shit ton of healing in GW, so I didn't really get to test it out too well there. I went to Nudie for GW, and had fun with them for a bit. But this island raid is really where I'm going to be testing on how much the healing impacts me.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna be, and if it does, I'm gonna be spamming them every day with heal requests, and I'll be starting a campaign about it because I'm still very irritated that they took that away. Just because, like, here's the thing. If they wanted to get rid of bots, if they really wanted to get rid of bots, and they were smart about it, they would create their own internal system and just charge the Alliance for it.
Yeah. Charge the Alliance $100 a month. I mean, I already pay 60, so what the fuck? Add 40 more. I'll pay the game for it.
That's what I'm saying. You provide me
I mean,
with
they charge
30 automatic
$100
helps.
for a truck ticket.
Yeah, I saw that the first time I saw that, Cat. I almost pissed myself. I went, wait a second, hold on.
I was like, are you kidding me?
$100 for one voucher?
Yeah.
Get fucked. And I know someone who bought that, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure there are alliances like SSI that do.
That just kills me. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have their relationship with money for a day, as long as I also had access to their bank account for that same day.
For real.
I
got a lot of respect for them bigger alliances that can do shit like that. They're fun to play with and against. And I respect the hell out of them. But, I wish I could afford to play the way they do.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here. I don't want to sit here sound like I'm bitching at all the spenders, because the truth is the game wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for the spenders. We wouldn't have the stuff like they do. Unfortunately, keep the game going. you know, as much as we rag on them. And a lot of it does come from the fact that I'm jealous, right? If I had their relationship with money and I didn't have to worry about it, I could spend hundreds of thousands too. I probably would.
Absolutely.
So don't get it twisted. I'm not, you know, a lot of this just comes down to the chat. Don't get it twisted. I'm not ragging on spenders. I appreciate them. I'm just being sour because
I'm one of them. I'm just not a high spender.
That's right. I'm a wannabe. I'm like one of those Republicans who wants to be a billionaire eventually, but knows he'll never be one. It's another stab there. Just got to get him in while I can. So anyways, let's jump back here. We're going to wrap it up here. I got one last question for you, Kat. I first off, before we do, I want to say thanks so much for joining us. This has been an absolute blast. I mean, I've gotten more to know you in the last hour than I think I have in the last couple of months. So I appreciate you spending the time with us, but I do have one last question for you.
I'm glad I finally made it.
Yeah, I'm glad we were actually able to get it to going finally, and I'm glad you finally, got over your fear of it. Why does this cat doing 1 foot down? It's kind of crazy. It's about time that we were able to have this chat. I want to say thanks a lot for joining us, but I do want to give you a chance here to be able to shout out any of your friends or the community members that keep you going every day. Because like I said, I do appreciate seeing you on the game. It's always been a good experience seeing you around, so keeping you around is a good thing too. Who would you like to say hi to?
I got so many friends. We got Witchy, we got Karma, we got you, we got Chelsea, we got Cordu, we got Pixel, we got Addie, Lily, Mona, MK, Ultimo. Fuck. There's so many. I can't even name everybody. I wouldn't. I got.
You do know that you're being tested right now. Everybody who's going to be on that list.
I know.
Who's going to be watching
on that spot. And then there's Torture Doll and Kitty. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people. Everybody knows that I love them.
Yeah, it's
like I've got great friends on here.
And I think that comes back to the main reason why I love this conversation and I love these chats is because it does show me exactly how strong the community is and how much we actually give a crap about each other.
I mean, really, if it wasn't for my friends, I would have been gone a long time ago.
Yeah.
I stayed for them. It isn't my addiction to spending money.
I swear it's not my addiction to trying to get better in the game. I swear it's not that. No, but but for real, it is the people, right? Like I come in every day looking to see who's chatting and looking to see who sent me messages and looking to see who needs help. And I think the community as a whole, I mean, I have a little bit of a different prerogative behind myself, but it is still based on the community, right? My entire push is to help the community get better, to help the community get stronger, any way that I can. And I think
right,
everybody kind of plays their role, and having you around as such a stable member of that community, it's just nice to see. You know, I've seen you consistently in the EC chats, like I said, standing up for the righteous and fighting the good fight, as they say. So I wanted to say, thanks a lot for joining us and being one of the better ones out there.
Thank you. I'm happy to be a part of it.
Perfect. Well, that all being said, folks, we are going to wrap it there. I would like to give one last shout out here to everybody in the GROP group. Obviously, thanks for making GROP what it is. We wouldn't be what it is without you guys. I do want to give one last shout out to everybody in Pain from 697. Thanks for letting me borrow Kat from you guys for the afternoon. And one last thanks to Kat for joining us on the channel. I hope you had fun, because I know that I did too.
I did. I had some good laughs. It was a better than expected time. Thank you.
Good. Other than that being said, folks, appreciate it. If you like what we did here, go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share it with your friends. And if you can, I know. It's $7.99 a month, but if you can, go ahead and click that join button. It works out to $5 Canadian, but it goes a long way to helping support the channel, because IGD doesn't pay the content creators anything at all. YouTube doesn't pay very much. So if you can support the channel, $5 a month, go ahead, click that join button, become a member. Other than that, folks, love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time. Now you say stay lifted.
Very high.
No, stay lifted.
Stay lifted.
Stay lifted.